Okay, do you see my screen now?
Yes, I can.
Yes. So, yeah, we start from here. 2.7. This is I read in study guide.
Oh, good.
Yeah. About Erickson's psychosocial stages of development. Around here, from this diagram.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I always find it hard when I'm helping one of my daughters with something and we're switching between screens because I can't retain the information. I can't remember it.
Yeah. It's a bit hard. Zoom can show only one part of the document that we open on the screen.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
would be good if it could show more, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Could have them side by side, but
Yes. When we want to show another one, have to stop for a
yeah,
while and share
yeah.
again. So it's a bit annoying.
Do you want to flick back to the question?
Yes.
So I'll look at intimacy versus isolation. Perfect. Yes. Industry versus inferiority. Because that stage is only 6 till 12. Industry versus inferiority. Yeah, only 6 to 12 years, but it's hard the way they do it, isn't it? Because industry B, it's talking about academic skills, but I don't see in anything from the reading that talks about academic skills. Oh, sorry. Got it. Yes, no, I agree with that one. You're right.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I just missed. Maybe I was reading the other one. I think maybe we'll have to accept that C is initiative versus guilt. But it's strange because if we look at initiative versus guilt, it's only 3 to 6 years. So in 3 to 6 years, do they try to behave in ways that involve more grown-up responsibility and experiments with grown-up roles? I'm not sure. Maybe we have to go with that one. I can't see what else it would be. Why did you choose that one, Satya, for C?
Because during this stage, a child typically tries to behave in ways that involve more grown-up responsibility and experiment with grown-up role. Oh, let me check again. Preschoolers develop initiative by listening and carrying out whole plans, but they must learn not to impinge on the rights of others. I just focus on preschools.
So there's 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Why don't we leave that one till the end? So I'm not sure about C, but if I look at D to H,
yes,
then we can come back and maybe it's the only one that fits C.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the definition in the reading doesn't really correspond to that, but maybe that's all that it can be. So I'll look at D. Yeah, I agree with D. And now E. Yes, I agree with E. And now F. Yes, I agree with F. And now G. Yes, G, good. And now H. Yeah, good. Well, I agree with every single one. I wondered about C, but it must be right because I agreed with the other ones. Is that how you did it? You kind of eliminated some? You thought, well, I'll go to the easier ones and see what's left?
Yes, keep it aside and then we go to other one.
Yeah, some are obvious.
Yeah.
But just I did have trouble with C.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I don't know what to choose rather than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes I do H and then G or whichever that I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I agree. I remember Erickson's theory. So for A, I agree, false. Yes, I agree with B. And C, I agree with C. I agree with all of those.
Yes. And for the writing is a bit hard.
Okay, sure.
Quickly explain how counselor may apply Erickson psychosocial strategies in understanding the difficulties clients are facing.
I just saw a typo, intimacy. Oh, what I put in the chat was just maybe you could change an uncertain sense of self. Just that last little bit didn't quite make sense. So it's kind of in the middle. You've got and uncertain sense of self. Do you mean to build a fully functioning, balanced personality? Just from there?
Is it like this?
Yeah.
Sense of self to build a fully functioning, balanced personality and strong sense of self-identified.
Strong sense of identity. So I just changed the wording a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I also remember that Erickson said that if somebody missed out in developing at a certain stage, that they could go back and work on that stage. Whereas, Freud didn't believe that, we had to move through these quite rigid stages at different stages of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
But here we have what to like this.
Oh, sorry, I thought you'd taken that out. So where you've got the second identity, take that out. Just from build strong sense of identity, just that part. Yeah, just delete until there. Yes.
Yes. It's 78 words, so
it's good.
Yes. That's great.
Do you want to read 2.10?
Yes. Imagine that you are working as a counselor at a university. Your client, Yong, is a 20-year-old Korean student who is unhappy about studying. Yang grew up in a middle-class family in Korea and has two elder brothers who are both medical doctors. As he grew up, he was frequently told how bright his brothers were and that he should take the same path as they did. When he graduated from high school, Young's family told him that he should study for a medical degree in Australia. Although Young never liked biology in school and didn't think he would do well in medical school, he agreed to his family's plan and commenced his study in Australia a year ago. Young failed two subjects in his first year and now struggles with the idea of continuing. Young feels uncertain about what he wants to be, as he has always followed the path his family set out for him. Yeah, from Asia also always like that.
Mhm.
He has been reading some help books lately because he wants to know more about himself, which led him to the counseling service on campus. Using Eric's psychosocial stages provide a possible explanation for Young's current feelings and behaviors.
I'll read. It looks good. Young, I know that you are not only an obedient child for your family, but you are also a brave man to leave your hometown studying abroad alone in order to fulfill your parents' dream as a medical doctor. I like that.
Thank you.
I also understand that you never feel satisfied with that subject, and you also do not want to take your brother's footstep because of no choice for you. Even though now you got stressful and uncertain to continue your study, but firstly, you should spend some of your time to build a close relationship with your parents by telling them about your issues and let them understand about your concerns. If they do not agree with your opinions, you should choose another step by studying that subject more industrious, because you know that being as a doctor is not unusual and unacceptable in social context, but it can bring you great pride, value, and acknowledgement from your family and other people in the future. It's probably that you are thinking maybe from like an Asian perspective, Cambodian perspective, because I can see why you would say that. Although I think most people here would say, you know, you can't please your parents. You mustn't choose a career just to satisfy your parents.
That's right.
So, you know, that might be a cultural difference, I think. But I guess you want to write it so your examiners give you a good mark.
But
What do you think?
to me, the last part is also not satisfied to myself.
Okay. All right. I'll just take a photo.
Yeah.
And you've also got to do it using Erickson's psychosocial stages.
Yes.
So somehow we have to think back to that. How do you think
I think
this relates to Erickson?
From this part, I don't like, but
Right.
I just maybe I just think that he grew up in Korea. Maybe they still remember what Asian education.
Yes.
But for the children here is different, completely different. Yeah.
Well, look at Erickson's. Oh, okay. Yes. Oh, I like that you've highlighted that. So
Mhm.
they may grow into an adult who relies very heavily on what others tell them to do. I'm just screenshotting that.
Mhm.
And if you scroll up just to see what, here we are. You're right that we can use what Erickson said, but it's typically kind of a cultural issue.
Yes.
So you can mention that too. And maybe if you scroll down now, yeah, let's go back to the ANT. No, E there. So C isn't avoidant.
Pardon?
Are you sure C is avoidant, that it's not resistant?
Just guess.
I'm not sure. The B is correct.
Because, in the explanation, for sexual mean positive and love, avoidant, unloved, and rejected. Because
Ah.
Mary is rejected by her boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
resistant is angry and confused here. So for Amanda, she struggling with something happened to her because her mother just passed away, but she got the support from her husband and says they have been incredibly supportive. So they feel supportive, positive. Is it?
I agree with the B.
B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The secure one. That one seemed.
And John like feel a bit angry, I think. Because resistant in the green is angry and confused.
Can we read more about it below?
Okay.
Could you scroll down a little bit? Yeah. And more. Oh yeah. Here. So
I haven't read here. Yeah.
see.
Sexual mean comfortable with emotional attachment and do not experience intimacy as.
So yeah, resistant, driven by the fear of loss and rejection. That was the woman who's begging her boyfriend to come back to her. Is that what you put? Resistant for the woman whose
No.
husband. Oh, that's what I think, because resistant, driven by the fear of loss and rejection. She says, I'll be nothing unless my boyfriend comes back to me.
So
That's what I think.
Let see the avoidance. Cope with fear. Yes.
He doesn't want to cope.
He
doesn't want to be rejected, so he doesn't let anyone come close.
Yes, you are right. Yes, thank you.
And I just put in the chat for A about Jung.
To replace all. Great.
You can read it and see what you think. And see if it's enough words.
Yes, 138. Young, I know that you are an obedient son. You are an obedient son and want to please your parents and make them proud of you. You are also a brave man to leave your hometown and study abroad to fulfill your parents' dream of becoming a medical doctor. I also understand that you never wanted to become a doctor and have had trouble passing two subjects. The reason, the reason you may not have asserted yourself with your parents and told them that this is not what you want to do might relate to growing up in a strict household as a adolescent,
Adolescent.
adolescent, which means you couldn't explore your identity fully.
So that's kind of Erickson's theory.
So dot two hyphen.
No, it should just be one long dash, but it wouldn't work in my chat.
Long that should be like this.
Ah, no,
Oh,
not on the bottom.
only like that.
Oh, leave it like that then. That's okay.
Yes. You couldn't think about what you really want to do for a career. I think this is also cultural, as I also grew up in a culture with similar demands and restrictions. Oh, sounds better.
So I thought, you'll probably get points for saying, well, for sounding that you can relate to him.
Yes.
You're from a similar culture.
Yeah. Yes. And for B, I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Can you it's cutting some of the page off.
Yeah.
That's hard because you kind of already said that in part A, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That does make it hard because I often find, looking through my daughter's work for school, sometimes teachers want you to repeat the same, another question. It gets very repetitive.
Yes. That is why I cannot find.
Yeah.
Okay, young as an adolescent, you were maybe never encouraged to ask yourself what you wanted to do leaving school. What kind of career would be fulfilling for you? You felt the expectations of your parents weighing?
Weighing. Like a weight.
Okay. Weighing heavily upon you. And this has been made even harder since both of your brothers have become doctors as well. I want you to know that this is quite a common issue for a lot of young people, and you are not alone. It seems that you maybe never ever even ask yourself what would make you feel happy, because that expectation from your parents and even society felt so great. The good news is that it's not too late to work through these issues and start working towards a solution. Yes.
Oh, just if you scroll up, I just wanted to make a change. Go up. Or I guess you're scrolling down to go up. Sorry, I always get that confused. And further up or scroll down?
Scroll down like this.
Oh, no, so must be scroll up.
Up. When I push up, it's down.
Yeah, take out balanced. because I realized that Erickson actually calls it a fully functioning personality. So you can take out balanced.
Balance. Where?
Because it's sort of in the middle.
Here.
Yeah, because I read, it'll be clear because that's one of his terms that he uses. And no slash. Oh, functioning, just a G. Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't fix intimacy. If you intimacy, it needs an I, not an A. Second sentence down. Yeah, that's it. So it should be INTI.
INTI. Like this.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's great. However,
do you feel you're getting through it at last? We're moving through it finally.
Yes. But still hard.
Yes, it's not easy. Oh, I guess we have to go to Bowlby now.
Yes. Bowlby, so we go to study guide.
Yeah, so Bowlby believed that very young infants, if they didn't have good attachment from significant caregivers like mum, dad, or could be grandparents looking after them, then it affected their relationships later in life.
Yes.
I think I've got it if you want me to write something.
Yes.
You know, something we always comment on when we're in Asia is babies don't seem to cry as much as here because someone's always holding them. And babies like that. Whereas here, babies are expected to be on their own a bit more.
Yeah.
I just put my answer in the chat.
Yes, thank you. But it requires a lot, 150.
Oh, we might need more words.
Yeah, it's more than 90.
Oh, is that only 90?
Yes.
Oh, no. What else can we say? You can read it and see what you think.
Okay. Bowlby's theory of attachment points to the importance of patterns of attachment in early years by significant caregivers as an indication of how what individuals' personality and behaviors will develop through lives. Okay, for example, if parents are harsh and judgmental, then the child may grow up to be self-critical and never feel perfect enough to deserve to be loved. Therefore, early attachment can have huge influences on how an individual develops, and if it is insufficient or unhealthy, then the individual may develop maladaptive ways and significant problems with interpersonal relationships.
I've just copied and pasted it in the chat. I'm just going to make it a little bit longer. So I guess we need about 60 more words.
Yes.
That's all right. I expanded it. So you could delete what's there and put in what I've just done. I just expanded it a little bit.
Wow.
Oh, I just made one mistake. Individuals should have an apostrophe S.
151.
Oh, close enough. With 2.12, did you end up changing it?
Changed already.
Yeah, good. Because I can't remember.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.